the 2024 Massé WPA Women's World 9-Ball Championships from the beautiful Claudelands Event Centre here in Hamilton, New Zealand. Our next two players looking for a share of the $175,000 prize fund are Margaret Fefilova on your left and Kelly Fisher from Great Britain on your right. It's the best of three sets, races to four. It's winner breaks. There's no break box. There's no 3-point rule, but the 9 is racked on the spot. I'm Mark White, and the expert alongside me is Big Red himself, Eric Horlefson. Hi, Eric.
Hey, pleasure to be with you guys again. Looking forward to a good match here.
Yeah, already two-time world 9-ball champion Kelly Fisher up against Margaret Fefilova, who has been playing some very, very good pool of recent. She's been playing in the WPBA events, of course, and she's had a couple of high runs. I believe she's also a finalist in one of them, and she's up to number 5 now in the rankings. Kelly still at number 1. So this should be, as you say, Eric, a very, very enjoyable match. Slightly different format. Best of 3 sets, races to 4, winner breaks. Kelly won the leg, will break first in this set, and then if she wins, of course, each rack after that, and the second set will be broken by Margaret Fefilova. So here we go then. Almost a scratch, Eric, there to start off with. Looks pretty dry to me.
Yeah, they'll be looking to make that corner ball, but it's not always consistent with the hand rack. Corner ball went high that time. Fefilova's going to have an opening shot here. Not an easy one by any means. Cue ball's kind of running into the 8 off the side rail. Looking at maybe being able to pass it. You know, setting the tone quickly in these short races is big. It can really roll over on you quick if you don't get off to a good start. Kelly would be coming in as the more experienced player, so although Margaret's one of the top female players in the world now, she'll still have to assert herself to a certain degree. Tough shot there. Kelly's going to have a good opening chance here.
Yeah, Kelly beat one of your fellow Canadians. This cue ball's going close. This cue ball's going very close. And it's dropped. Well, ball in hand on the 2 ball. Now, ball in hand at 9 ball is pretty serious. Now, look at this, Eric. She's looking at playing the 3 ball combo to open up the 4 ball and the 6. Smart move.
Yeah, I don't mind it. You'd have to get on a really small window to be able to pocket the 4, and then there'd be a lot of cue ball movement from 4 to 5. I don't mind this. Just hit it too hard. Wanted to keep the 2 in that area. Yeah. Gonna have to play safe now. Standard safe with the 2 to the middle of the back rail. Could get aggressive and try to play the cue ball behind the 5-9. She does play the 2 to the middle of the short rail. Should be trying to use the 8 as a blocker.
No future in playing the bank. No, not interested in that, Eric. Doesn't float your boat.
Just not enough position. I mean, I think for me there's, yeah, I guess the 3 did pass. Worked out well for her.
Yeah, kind of played it as a 2-way, didn't she, Eric?
Sure, yeah, leaving the cue ball in that area was gonna kind of leave more coverage with the 5-9. Tough to judge these diagonal kicks. Usually want to hit them with a little more speed, hold the line. That's right on target there. Beautiful shot. Probably going to have to slow roll this.
4 ball already gone, so the 5 is her next target, isn't it?
Yeah, difficulty in that shot was that she had to slow roll it. She kind of knew that she could play the long rail and make the pocket bigger at that speed, and took advantage of that.
For those of you watching, thinking, wow, that hit a long way up the rail. This is new cloth. It's only like 3 days old, so it's going to play a little bit bigger, and it never gets as much use as all the outside tables. Of course, it's never used for practice, and it plays a little bit different because of TV lights and stuff like that.
And the speed, too, is what made the pocket accept that ball. You know, if you hit that at anywhere near medium speed, it's not going in. High speed, forget it.
So Margaret was first in after that scratch from Kelly on the 1 ball, and then played that, what you thought was an aggressive shot, the bank shot. Eric, you thought an all-out safety was probably the better order of the day there, but she went a little bit aggressive. Left a kick for Kelly. Kelly kicked it in. Oh, where's the cue ball going here? Wow.
Yeah, a little out of line there, but I think she's still okay in the side. Could have been worse for sure.
Attention.
Has to be careful here. Definitely favoring the top part of the pocket. Tough to judge it. Go ahead, yeah.
No, finish what you was going to say, mate.
Just tough to judge it when the cue ball's close to the object ball, but good shot there by Fisher.
Yeah, she played an identical shot to that. You know, she finished there. I was watching the semi-final of her match, and I think it might even been against Margaret. She left herself a similar 9, and she actually cut it to the top corner on that occasion in the last WPBA event in Palmetto. Anyway, this time into the side. Kelly beating Brittany Bryant 2-0 in her first match, and a good win also for Margaret Fefilova over Haiju Jin in 2-1. And there's plenty of other matches going on at the moment. Also, guys, we're going to keep you up to date with all the important scores as we go through. Not too much happening. We've got reigning champion Chao Che-Yu in action again. Well, saying there's not much happening. She's already 3-0 up against Indonesian Silviana Liu. So good start there. Pia Filler is in action up against Simin Chen. And it's Chen who's taken the first 2 there. Yuki Hiraguchi is 2-1 down to Cheska Centeno. And Christina Takach as well in action. She's 1-0 up on Seo Seo from South Korea. Back to this one, Kelly to break.
Yeah, these are all winners qualification rounds, so the winners will advance to the final 16 redraw, and the losers will have to win 1 to get back to that stage. Offense is tough here. Not only the pocketing, but tough to hold the cue ball for the 3. Safes aren't easy as well. Could play the 1 by the 6 and try to use the 5 as a blocker. Good shot. I was worried about the speed here. She managed it pretty well, though. Have to come up with 1 more good shot, and the rack will become pretty open. 7's lying a little awkwardly as far as the 8. Could jam into the most obvious corner pocket if she tries the combo. Looks like Kelly's going offense here. Biggest strength in Kelly's game is the pocketing, no doubt. And she's relied on that for years and years and been arguably the most successful women's player over the past 10 years.
Big background in snooker, of course, Eric, and that explains a lot about her technique, her straight cueing, her potting ability. I mean, you know, a long shot on a pool table is like a medium length shot on a snooker table, so she's never really, you know, playing long shots, so to speak, in comparison to a snooker table.
Great nerve too. I've watched her many times over the course of the years, and she's clutch in big spots, knows how to win, knows how to get the job done.
You'd be hard to find a woman with a bigger heart. She'll grind out she doesn't fucking care how far behind she is, rather. I think I've put someone else's teeth in this morning, Eric. I can't find my words.
Good shot. Had to avoid the jam there. Avoided it nicely. So a strong break and run for Kelly here. Tough 2 opening shots. Pocketed them very well. Stayed in line after that. Promising rack for Fisher going forward here in these 2 sets.
Yeah, stating her intentions clinically. 2-0 very, very quickly. Now Amber Chen is in action against the other Fisher, Alison Fisher. And it's Amber Chen who's taken the first one in that one. Bean Hung also in action against Shasha Liu. And it's Shasha who's taken a 2-0 lead in that one. Wan Ling Wang from Taiwan is 1-0 up against Japan's Sakura Miramatsu. And you're all up to date now, Len. Let's tell you about our wonderful sponsors. Without them, this doesn't happen. It's Massé. Thank you so much, guys. It's a WPBA sanctioned event as well. The Pro Billiard Series sponsors our Predator Group, Kamui, Yalin, Ven Billiards Corporation, Medaya Light, Rums of Puerto Rico, Samsung TV Plus, and Little Monster. And that's a monster break from Kelly Fisher. Shot at the 2. Everything in the open, Eric. What do you see?
Yeah, second prize there for Kelly, making the 1 in the side. The corner ball is the ball that's going to go in the most often, but the second most will be the 1 in the side. Executed that nicely. Can play some left spin here. Just a little tricky avoiding the side pocket, coming across table. But she'll know how much to spin the ball to get between the 4 and the side. Good shot.
I think she looked a little surprised that that one went in.
Yeah, hit pretty high up the rail, but again, the speed allowed the pocket to accept the ball.
There's the
Narrow
difference,
miss
Eric.
there. Fefilova needed this break. Danger of Kelly pulling away quickly there. Cue ball's traveling a little too far to the right. Go ahead, yeah.
The second opportunity, isn't it, in this match? The first one with ball in hand on the 2, played that nice combo and then ran out of position, played the safety, didn't get safe. But this is a real chance now. All the balls out in the open, Eric. Just has to mind her cue ball.
Nice play there. Perfect speed, crossing the angle. Just follow through to the short side here. Margaret's got to be one of the most improved players over the last 3 years. Kind of entered the scene as somewhere in the top 25, but staking a real claim to be somewhere close to the top 10 now.
Yeah, not really done too much outside of Europe. She was the 2021 European 9-ball champion. And also the 2017 Women's Dutch Open champion. Currently ranked 5th, as I said.
Yeah, she got stuck in that spot where she was in the midst of emigrating to the U.S. as well, and I think that process is pretty much done, and she's free to travel now. Didn't hold her back for too long, but I think there was a period of about 6 months where she was kind of just waiting out all the proper visas around staying in the U.S.
Yeah, married to Tyler Steyer, of course. Bit short here.
Now, these are the kind of shots when you're playing well, they go in frequently, but when you're a little bit nervous or like not quite on point, these are the balls that can be missed. Blind pocket, pretty much feel on the pocketing. short again. She has a margin call here. I mean, she can cut the 8 directly in the corner. Safe's a layup safe, but just has to consider if the value of going for the offense is worth it here.
What do you play here, Eric? Are you going cutting this in?
I don't mind cutting it in just because of the score line, but that's you know, that's a two-sided argument there. Why would you play differently just because you're down in the match? You know, if you're taking a lower percentage shot, then you're just going to be stuck more. But I kind of tend towards being a little more offensive when I'm stuck in the score line. I think that one, it's a margin call. She left it good.
Is she going for this?
Could be.
Banking it. Oh,
See,
look at this,
yeah.
right in the hole.
And, you know, that's the flip side of Fefilova not going for that ball, right? I mean, you know, Kelly's forced to make a nice shot, but that's what can happen. So
Yeah, a little surprised.
Yeah. Right in the heart, didn't touch a rail at all on the way in. I like the speed she hit it at, held the angle well.
Referee wrecking the 9 on the spot. Kelly to break once again on the hill. And this could be a very, very quick set. Will be Margaret breaking off in the second set when we get there. Well, how's this gone? She's been a little bit fortunate there.
Yeah, combo's not on. 7's blocking the part of the 1 that she needs to hit to execute the combo. Kind of a layup safe, just playing the 1 to the short rail and cue ball behind the 2. Still takes feel though. Got there and just covered it pretty well. Only option for Fisher might be 2 rails wrapping out of the corner. Not even, pretty much got her as good as she could have there.
Has she cut off the 1 railer? If she hasn't,
And
there's a possibility she makes this, Eric. There you go.
Yeah.
Big pocket with the 2 there. It was kind of squeezed off it, didn't it?
Tough roll, just left a little bit of that left long rail. But Fisher's back in the driver's seat here. I think she's a little thin, gonna have to come across table. But knowing Kelly, she's not afraid to leave a bit of a tougher pocketing. See, that's the difference with Kelly and a lot of top players. You know, a lot of top players would try to get a little better on the 4, but Kelly's so confident in her pocketing ability that she's not afraid to leave herself. I mean, she wanted to go maybe 6 inches less than this, but to leave herself a bit of a cut here. And there's nothing wrong with it. When you pocket as well as her, you know, just cinch the position a little more. Keep it simple.
Yeah, these are kind of her trademark, these shots. And I'll tell you what makes her positioning like that even more impressive, Eric. I know she hasn't played snooker in a long while, but it's just so different than snooker because you're always trying to get more or less straight on your ball in snooker, right? Or just off straight. But here you're looking center table positions to leave those kind of angles all the time.
Sure. Well, yeah, she's adapted very well. I mean, all the women that came over from snooker, Karen Kaur and Alison Fisher, they were all very successful at the game. Allison still right near the top of the women's game, and Kelly right there as well.
Yeah, Allison has just won the latest WPBA event in Palmetto there in Florida. She took the title, the Invitational, 30 years after her first win in America, believe it or not. Still going strong. So the first set
from Fisher here.
Brilliant, isn't it? Clinical, taking every single chance she's had, just the one slight error, but that was about it. And even, isn't it funny, Eric? It's been 2 hooks behind the, or on the 2-ball, involving the 2-ball, that swung this match. The first one, when she left Kelly over the, tried to bank it and left it in the corner. That was that rack, and then she's just hooked her behind that 2-ball there. She's made the 1-ball off the 2 to close out the first set at 4-0.
Yeah, mark of a champion, never in trouble. Players are going on a break here. We'll do the same. Be right back.
Players are back. It will be Margaret Fefilova to break off in this second set. Just a couple of set latest scores to give you. Chao Che Yu has taken the first set against Silviana Liu. Cheska Centeno, the reigning world 10-ball champion, has taken the opening set against Yuki Hiraguchi. Back to this one.
Good opening chance for Fefilova here. And as you can see, Fischer's right on point, so she's going to have to show some resistance starting right away. The men are down to the final 16. Matchup's going to be at 3:30 local time tomorrow. Josh Filler and Roman Heibler, Thorsten Homan and Chang Jun Lin, Wu Kun Lin and Alex Pagulayan. Darren Appleton has made the final 16. That's a tough miss for Fefilova there. Just got away with it though.
Yeah, doesn't bode good, does it? Missing balls like that. There was far too much concentration on the cue ball. I think she just forgot to pot the yellow.
Yeah. Jashishin and Labudas. Ryan Su, been touted as an up-and-coming player for a long time, hasn't quite got near the end of major tournaments, but looks like he's in form this tournament against Fortunsky. Albin Ocean and Marco Tucher, Matus Nagotsky and Alex Kazakis. So star-studded field coming your way tomorrow. Single elimination action, 3:30 local time.
Yeah, some good matchups there.
On paper favorites, Filler and Ocean at opposite ends of the draw. Dark horses could be anybody really, but don't count out Alex Pagulayan and Darren Appleton.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't count out Alex Kazakis either. He's been there before. He's done it. You know, Masters champion. He's won a Pro Billiard Series. Recently reached the final of the Helsinki Open.
Full ball hook here from Fischer. Looks like Fefilova might be forced to go up table. Tough kicking at a ball when it's behind you, when you can't really see the ball you're kicking at. Really got to judge the angle before you go down on the shot.
Oh, this is a good hit.
Yes, left the top left. Ideally, if the cue ball's running into the 8, go ahead, Mark. Yeah.
No, carry on.
Sorry. Ideally, if the cue ball's running into the 8 here, she can hit it with a little more speed. I think it is. Got through it. And I'll tell you what, when Kelly gets on these, you know, kind of freewheeling type matches, this is right in her wheelhouse here.
Yeah, and she plays so quick, doesn't she? And yeah, blink of an eye, Eric. You know, it's 1, 2, 3 racks already gone. It doesn't take her long. She doesn't have the nickname Quickfire for nothing. But I'm more interested to find out why your nickname is Big Red. Is it something to do? Obviously, you're a very tall guy. I think you're well over 6 foot. But why red?
Well, I used to have strawberry red hair. Might not be as noticeable anymore in my old age. And the next step will be gray, but no, it's gone a little more brown now. But yeah.
Welcome to the world of grey. Mine's 50 shades of grey, and not in a good way. Needs a bounce. Got it.
And no trouble here for Fischer. Good opening pot. Right in line for the rest of the run out. Very nice.
Now, if you were watching our match earlier on, Mario He against Torsten Holman, I've seen on social media there's been lots of talk about what happened in that match, and there was an incident when Mario missed his second chance at an 8-ball. It really wasn't Mario's morning, and just in frustration he just punched the table, you know, pretty much like we all do from time to time. I can't imagine you doing that, Eric. You're way too laid back, but Mario did, and he's normally such a laid back guy and calm. He's the sweet cuddly panda, but he got just a little bit frustrated, banged the table, and then the referee was saying something. We didn't really see or hear what was going on, but we've since heard that Mario He was given a yellow card from the referee. So just to clear that little incident up.
So another infraction would mean a red card, and would that mean like disqualification from the tournament? Do you know what that would be there, or not sure?
I don't really know. I'm not really sure. I don't think it's ever happened. So I remember seeing a similar thing for long toilet breaks and stuff like that before. Oh, it's a nice little kick there, Eric, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't believe she has the 2. If she doesn't, she can kick off the short rail. Might have it.
Well, she has. Should be rack over unless she goes behind the 4-ball. Oh, this is going to be perfect. Look at this.
Yeah. Everything rolling Fischer's way here so far in this match. Couple spots where Fefilova could have turned the tide. Just didn't quite take advantage, but Fischer has definitely taken full advantage of all her chances. This will be her second break and run if she finishes this rack out. Yeah, there was a situation in the women's match I did yesterday too. I actually haven't really ever seen this. You would more see this in amateur tournaments, but Han Yu missed a very routine 9-ball, and she conceded the 9, so that's a 1-game penalty. And imagine in a race to 4, you know, she's supposed to make the 9, so she loses that game, and she loses another one, and she ended up being down 2-0 in the set. In the third set, actually.
I remember Kelly Fischer in Austria last year. I was sat there ringside watching it in Klagenfurt in the women's 10-ball, and I think it was Han Yu that she was playing, believe it or not. I believe it was Han Yu, and she was late back from a toilet break, from a restroom break, Kelly, and she got docked to rack, and that was pretty significant as well.
I remember that
match.
And yeah, you won the match decisively after that happened. She was about 30 seconds over time. I mean, all these stipulations are in the player's form, so, you know. EPBF standards just being a little more strict than maybe what players are used to. Nothing wrong with it though, you know, as long as they're all standardized and players know. Yeah. Fischer's just on
Dangerous
fire
stuff
here.
Yeah, she is, and she really has come out, hasn't she, Eric, from the very, very first chance she had. Remember that really thin yellow she potted, then the 2-ball, the 3-ball wasn't easy either, was it? It was right from the start. So this is double elimination, best of 3 sets. Each set is a race to 4. If the score is tied at 3-3 in the deciding set, a shootout will determine the winner. Single elimination will be best of 5 sets, with each set a race to 4.
It's interesting. That'll make for some good battles.
Yeah, 48 players, 16 seeded, Eric. Double down to the last 16. And then the reigning world champion is seeded number 1. That, of course, is Chao Che-Yu. Regardless of their current WPA ranking, she will be seeded number 1, and the remaining 8 players are drawn randomly against seeded athletes. So that's the way this is going to work. Fisher breaking to get on the hill. Second set. Oh, a little kiss there, just making the one a little harder than it might have been, but it's still on Eric. This is a chance he's got to take, surely.
Yeah, tough opener after being stuck 6 games like this, but it's got to happen now. Yeah, 2's very available. You can kind of focus on the pocketing here. Good shot. Ended up a little funny with the cue ball here, but I believe she'll be able to play this side. Yeah, drawing to the left of the side pocket's okay too. Might be a little tough to slow the cue ball down. Well played. Gonna play the combo from the 4 to the 8, looking for the most direct angle onto the 4, because she'll want to be hitting the middle of the 8, so the 4 just kind of hangs where the 8 was. Tough to tell if she can hold it. I think she can. Maybe favor the right side of the 8 a little bit, and the 4 tracks to the right just slightly off the 8.
Great fundamentals.
Nice shot there.
Margaret's mother and father actually run an academy in Minsk in Belarus, her home country. That's where she started to play and does a lot of coaching also, along with husband Tyler Steyer, Predator sponsored player.
Very fundamentally sound. You can see in this run out, she's capable of playing at a very high level. Straight in on the 9, right where you want to be.
The only time you do want to be straight.
Mm-hmm.
You may have heard some applause just now. That's from table 1, just next to this one, where Christina Tkach is up against Seoa. Now, it was 3-2. I'm not sure if she's won the first set yet. The score hasn't updated, or whether Seoa has drawn level. Not quite sure yet. Now, I believe Fedor actually travelled to this event. I believe he's in Hamilton to support his fiancée. Not quite married yet, but maybe they'll do it in New Zealand. What about that, Eric? Tie the knot in New Zealand. That'd be something, wouldn't it? While bungee jumping. The home of the bungee jump.
After winning the tournament, both current world champions, living the dream.
Well, that would be something, wouldn't it? There's a nice close-up of Kelly. deep in thought. She'll be feeling pretty good. The last tournament she was at, her cues never arrived, so she played the whole event in Palmetto without her own cues. But luckily, she's got them with her this time. Horrible kiss. Oh, 6 nearly going to the side. She's made a ball. Now, she has got a shot at this, Eric. This is on this one ball and a nice angle to come into the corner and out again to go back for the 2. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's close to a scratch going both ways. She might have to draw out of it. I think if you play to the right corner pocket, you can avoid the scratch on the left. Cue ball would kind of be tracking into the 9 there, but possibilities of playing kind of short of it towards the 5.
Is she playing safe? She's played safe here.
Yeah, my apologies. At first glance there, I thought the 1 was pocketable into the bottom right, but it was actually blocked by the 7, so that was a good shot. Using 3 blockers, the 9 mainly, but if she didn't get right behind the 9, she had 3-7 as backups.
Could make this though, off 2 rails, catch the second rail. Look at this.
Jeez, Kelly has been just deadly on the kicks in this match. 3 balls kicked in 7-8 games now. Disheartening when you play shots like that against your opponent and you get them, you know, in a reasonably bad spot and they just kick out of it. It's Federer Gore stuff. Jump in any ball that he has. These happen to be kicks, but great escape shots from Kelly so far.
Oh, look at this as well. Look at that for a shot. Okay, just a little bit short, but cueing close to the rail. Almost just half 3/4 ball, wasn't it? On the 2. And a good shot at this 3 ball.
She's in the zone here. On the rail, so she won't be able to get quite as close to the 5. If she wants to get aggressive, she can elevate it and try to get closer to it. But again, on these, she's not scared to take the distance. I wouldn't be surprised if she just kind of rolls it in here.
Hard to find fault with her game this evening, isn't it? I mean, she's played almost perfect. I mean, Margaret's not done too much wrong. 3 hooks, as you're saying, she's kicked every ball in. It's what can you do?
Yeah.
This is to get on the hill. The killer nickname is already taken by Joshua and Pia. They are the killer fillers. But this evening, it's killer Fisher as well as very quick fire. And Margaret finds herself up against it here, and they're having a little laugh together and a smile. So
it's probably something about, well, I mean, Margaret's just saying, what can I do here? Kelly's saying, I hope nothing. I hope it keeps going like this.
Yeah, look, she's in good spirits, isn't she? Now, isn't that the world junior champion sat behind there?
It is. I guess she's back for this year. Yeah, she'll be back defending her title.
She's probably watching her fellow country lady, and I know they're very, very close together. Chow Che-Yu. She'll be watching her, and Chow Che-Yu has taken the first set, 1-1 in the second.
Yeah, junior event for boys and girls will get underway tomorrow. Oh, they're playing?
She's playing. She's up against Christina Zlateva, and she's 3-2 up in the first set. Young Jin Yu Hong.
Okay, so the junior playing in the junior division and the open division. Savannah Easton also played in both divisions.
Yeah, I'm not sure Sophia Mast is playing in the Open this year. I know she's here to try and go one better than she did last year, finishing runner-up in Austria. So just a safety for Kelly this time.
Covered the 2 pretty well. Fefilova will be hoping for a window between the 4 and 9. She's taking a look at that right now, but it looks pretty tight. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go short rail here. Aggressive kick would be try to catch the right side of the 2, kind of cutting the 2 to the left and playing the cue ball over towards the 6. Touchy. And it's just gonna line up for Kelly in the way she's been playing. Expect her to finish off here. It's got to be one of the best sets I've ever seen played, really. Couple break-in runs, took care of every chance.
Yeah, it was a good safety there as well, wasn't it? I'm still going to keep going back, though, Eric, to that very first rack when she tried to play the bank on the 2 instead of going for all-out safety, and maybe, you know, concentrating on getting the 2 safe rather than trying to hide the cue ball as well.
Yeah, there was that one there, didn't it? Yeah, and laying off on the 8, she could have tried to cut the 8 in. You know, that's a judgment call. You know, when you get in spots like that and you know you can get it safe 100% of the time, it's tough to not play safe. But the result was Kelly came with a great shot.
Yeah, and what was the other shot when she had a chance at going for a ball? She didn't. She played safe.
Missed the 1 ball in about game 7. Pretty easy one. She was focused on the position. But really, you know,
that's right.
3 mistakes and losing 8 out of 9 games. Fisher earned everything she got here.
Sometimes there's just nothing you can do about it when a player plays just out of this world. High praise coming from you, Eric, to say one of the best sets you've ever seen, if not the best. So this 9 ball to go through. This is the winner's qualification. What a brilliant performance from Kelly Fisher. Margaret just couldn't really do anything about it, but she has another chance. She'll have to win 1 more if she's going to qualify. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. We're back tomorrow, I believe, at 3. Is it 3:30 tomorrow, Rick? We're back, or is it before that?
Yeah, so the first round's New Zealand time tomorrow going to be at 11:30. I think there might be a junior match at 10, but we're looking at 10, 11:30, 3:30. We'll have a full day of action for you tomorrow. Lots of pool left this week.
Yeah, look at that. Ladies having a little chat and just explaining what she played there, and maybe she could have played that instead. That's how the women's game is, isn't it? They play the game and then they're all friends afterwards. Eric and I, thank you so much, Eric Hallefson. I'm Mark White. We'll be back tomorrow, 11:30. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Look forward to tomorrow. It gets even bigger at the World Championships here in Hamilton, New Zealand. Thank you so much for watching. Ta-da.